Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for some more Dynasty Warriors 8 character chaos walkthroughs and analysis. As always, this is Blazing Ace Nelson, and I just got off of watching Dark Masamune 87 playing Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires on stream. So, you know, that was pretty cool, getting the chance to actually chit-chat with him in real time. Also got a hold of some of the others as well, like Guardian, one of the newest members of Team Hack and Slash, and of course, my man the Master, Frank. So, with that stated, let's get down to it. Back in one of my previous videos, I believe it was either Yue Ying or Sun Jian. It was one of the most recent, it was one of those two videos. I got a couple of character requests for, you know, others that people wanted to see analysis videos for. The most that I had seen requested so far up to this point was Cao Cao. So, we're going to go ahead and take it into the Yellow Turban Rebellion, put it on Chaos mode, of course. And unleash the unbridled ambition of the first King of Wei. Now, Cao Cao, much like Sun Jian, basically started off, at least it seemed to me, as, you know, just something of a generic ruler type. However, his moveset, especially back in Dynasty Warriors 3, was among some of the more interesting, because the main charge attack that I used for him, his charge 6, he actually had, like, you know, a shadow trail following after him, and it automatically had the void element, or slash, or death element, which does critical damage to commanding officers, or has a good chance of dishing out instant death damage to, you know, to peons. Now, I didn't really use him much in Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5. Picked him up a little bit in 6 and in 7, but again, he seemed really generic, especially since back in both 6 and 7, you know, a good number of the movesets were still cloned. One of the things I did like about Cao Cao's character overall, especially in Dynasty Warriors 7 and here and also in 8, is that when the story goes through the early Wei portions of the history, you know, it shows Cao Cao as still being something of a combat pragmatist, you know, does what's necessary to get the job done, but he doesn't seem so cold, you know, you still see that he has a connection not just with his kinsmen like Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan, but also with the likes of Guo Jia, and especially with, you know, his right-hand monster, Dian Wei. And you see that sadness when Dian Wei is actually killed, and then you see that sadness just like turn into just, you know, him really hardening himself. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick look at his equipment. Now, I'm gonna have him hooked up with the flint sword as his secondary weapon, because I went through commander mode, got that bad boy maxed out with certain elements that I wanted on it. It's doing nice. But Cao Cao's weapon, his main weapon, his EX weapon, has always been, you know, a longsword, or as they call it, the general's sword. But the way the general's sword moveset has been retooled for Dynasty Warriors 8 is so choice. You'll see it once I actually get this gameplay started. But also, speaking of DLC stuff, like I mentioned a while back, I also got most of the DLC costumes for the characters. And honestly, I think Cao Cao looks pretty badass as a modern-day military commander. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. Well, seeing as how this is Cao Cao we're talking about, we're gonna play the Way theme while going through Shu's first chapter. This song is so cool. But anyway, you know, once this cutscene comes up, we're gonna skip it. We're gonna get right down to it, right into the meat and potatoes. Hope y'all are ready. Ahem. Oh, I should probably turn the TV up a bit. There we go. Now, right now I'm just going through Cao Cao's S string, and you know, again, since I got a lot of elements on it, you know, of course, those elements are going to be channeled through the normal attacks. Relatively fast, the sword itself has okay range. And I'm sure you just caught a... Yeah. That Storm Rush right there should give you a good glimpse at what his charge attacks are going to look like. Now, Cao Cao's Charge 1 is a little shockwave type maneuver. Doesn't do much damage, doesn't really do much in the way of stun, but it does have a secondary use. Aside from that, Cao Cao's EX attack is actually an extension off of his Charge 1. Boom, boom. Ice arrows. Yeah, you like that madness, don't you? Eat it. Eat your dinner. Eat your dinner! Freeze! Oh, another thing about Cao Cao is that he's one of the characters that can actually cancel his charge attacks with a regular attack, much like Sun Jian. That includes canceling his EX attack as well. So you can get increased damage off of that, and for characters that have a superior affinity to yours, thus can't make them flinch and can't do a Storm Rush, this is your next best bet. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this dude out of the way. Yeah. And let's go ahead and get down to his other charge attacks now. For Cao Cao's Charge 2, he summons a Shadow Clone, which, you know, does that short launcher uppercut for him. Charge 3, again, involves Shadow Clones. Does a series of advancing slashes, which does a good amount of stun. Now let me go ahead and get down to this lower area right down here. Oh, by the way, there's his air charge right there. He can fly, he believes in himself. Now, it's Charge 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another advancing rush, again summoning a clone of your shadow. Good range, good knockback. Excellent crowd control when compared with his charge cancel. When compared with his when coupled with his cancel attack. 2, 3, 4. His charge 5 is an air combo type move where the Shadow Clone actually jumps into the air. 2, 3, 4, carrying the opponent with them in a combo. Now this is where his Charge 1 is going to come into play, because if you trigger the Charge 1 while any of the Shadow Clones are out, you can detonate them in a neutral energy shockwave. Whoa! Love that variable counter too. Because it's like, oh no, you thought you were hitting me? That was my man's in there! Now, the charge 6 with the General Sword. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A pair of rotating slashes with good area coverage. But aside from the area coverage, it also drags enemies in. So if you've got a crowd around you, use that, and then cancel it with the normal attack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cancel with the normal attack, and then use the charge 1 to detonate the shadow, and then flow from that into his EX, which calls down the Ice Crystal Arrow Artillery. Basically, that string of moves right there is literally the ultimate in advancing offense when you're using Cao Cao. Or any character who's... well, what am I talking about? Cao Cao's the only character that has that particular Charge 1 EX with the Ice Arrows. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cancel. EX. Arrows. And of course, although I haven't shown any of them off yet, you can go right from his EX into any of his Musou attacks for further damage. Speaking of said Musou attacks, let's go ahead and demonstrate just what the ambitious one is capable of once you get those gauges filled up. Musou 1, oldie but goldie from DW7. Ice Projectile Barrage. The ice element is practically unstoppable because of how it freezes your opponents, plus does truckloads of damage. Now let's go into his Musou 2, which is brand new for the game. Single target type damage, but also this is one of those moves that actually changes depending on whether or not you actually tag your opponent with the first portion of the attack. This right here is the full version where he actually, calls the shadow in to, beat the stew out of you from behind while he's tagging you from the front. And right there, what you also saw is the switch attack for the General Sword, which actually, again, calls out my mans in them to attack for me while letting the sword literally sink into the ground while switching weapons. Oozing style. Now let's go ahead and get my horse over here. There we go. Red hair. So, here we are, literally a month out from the official release of Dynasty Warriors 8 in the States and in Europe. I know I'm hyped up for it. How about the rest of you guys? Oh. Now that we've got some more enemies, let's go ahead and finish up with his third Musou attack, which is, of course, brand new for the game, mid-air, looks awesome. Oh, wait, no. This mid-air Musou isn't brand new for the game. What am I talking about? But still, it's, more ice projectiles, much like his first one, much like his first Musou. And it's just really slick. And now that we've got that gauge filled up, awaken the ambition. It's time! It's time! Who wants to get some? Now I like his starting Awakening Musou because it's got really good forward momentum, but the second portion where he once again summons that shadow clone of his to just zigzag back and forth, just tearing into the opposition. It's almost like a callback to his moves from Dynasty Warriors 3, and I love that. I love the subtle callbacks to the earlier Dynasty Warriors games that they have in this. Oh, you want to rain ice on me? Okay. Yeah. Dang it. Shadow wasn't out, so I couldn't do the shockwave. Straight right up. Oh! 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 No, you do not get to do that much damage to me unanswered, buddy. They all want a piece of that ass. Oh, man. Don't tell me this thing is starting to freeze up again. There we go. Alright, let's get that horse back over here. Okay. Alright, out of the ice. Come on. You want some. Oh, look! It's like I've got a bunch of frozen lawn gnomes. Hee. Cao Cao would be like, he'd be like the greatest coroner ever, because he can instantaneously freeze the cadavers that he gets. He just, oh look, you're dead? Here, let me help you with that. And of course, if he needs to perform any autopsies, well, there's that blade ready to dissect them, motherfucker. And he even comes with his own assistant, too. Okay, maybe I carried that joke on for way too long, but still. Come on! It was there. Oh, Storm Rush, how I love thee. Running around with the Power Rangers of Shu. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! Dang it. Is it arrows or just that falling ice that keeps interrupting my attacks? Freeze! And that's a wrap. Whew. Okay. Done with that. Let's go ahead and build up these gauges some. I am very likely going to need them once I head down the slope here. Boop. Oh. Oh. Alright, got the Musou and the Awakening filled up. Let's get down here where these enemy officers are. And... oh no. You do not get to touch me. No, 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 no. And a third one for good measure. And now for the Awakening. Why? Because I'm a jerk like that. Your reinforcements cannot save you. My ambition cannot be stopped. Oh, Cao Cao. You kill me. And them too. Love detonating that shockwave off of those shadows. Oh look, there's more ice for you. Oh crap, wizards! Kill these dudes! Please kill these dudes! Y'all need to go! Oh wait, I just recovered a crapload of my health. That's gotta be from one of the attributes I have hooked onto this weapon. It's gotta be. Either way, I am all for it. Oh, let's keep this up. Ooh! Hello, Betty! Dude, these cats didn't stand a chance. They didn't stand a ghost of a chance. See? That's Cao Cao for you, everybody. Oh, and also he's actually a 4-star proficiency with the flint sword. So you can pretty much do a whole fire, ice, and shadow type thing type setup with him, and it is just, it's amazing. And lightning hooked up to his weapon too, and you just have unbridled capacity for damage. And down goes hippie starfish Jesus! Elvis Jesus! Down goes hippie starfish Jesus! Elvis Jesus! Hold on, did I? Oh sweet, I actually got the alternate ending for this stage. Ooh, man. That was fun. Seriously, keep the character requests coming, guys. I'm having so much fun with this. I want to get as much of these characters done and analyzed for you guys in the month leading up to the release of Dynasty Warriors 8. July 12th in Europe, July 16th in the States. Oh, man. It's going to be glorious. I'm telling you. And if it all works out, then you'll also be seeing a Hooligans podcast review by yours truly, featuring that bastard and quite possibly that Asian kid if he's up for it. So, keep an eye out for that, and until next time, stay tuned for the next video. This is Blazing Ace Nelson. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot to all my new subscribers. A hearty welcome to Guardian, the newest member of our team. I'll have his link down in the description, posted with the rest of ours from Team Hack and Slash. Got the Black Ranger Zhang Fei and Green Ranger Guan Yu. Ranger Boss Liu Bei. Yeah, it's awesome. So anyway, that was me rambling for a moment right there, but this has been Cao Cao, the first king of Wei. Learn him, love him. He's actually one of the 3 Wei characters that you get to start the game with once you turn this bad boy on. It's gonna be him, Xiahou Yuan, and Xiahou Dun. So look forward to using him in Dynasty Warriors 8, and also look forward to the next character analysis video from yours truly. So until then, stay gaming, y'all.